We have been learning how living and non-living things interact in an environment. And that is called an ecosystem. We have learned that living things or things that were once alive, are called biotic. And abiotic things are non-living. Today, we are going to focus on organisms, things that are living. Every organism needs to get energy to stay alive. We are living organisms, and we need energy from food. Everything that is alive needs energy from food. Plants are alive, and they need energy. A plant's roots help to hold it up straight, but those roots also draw in water and nutrients from the soil. The plant pulls the water up through tiny tubes through the stem and then out to the leaves. The stem holds the leaves so they can absorb the sunlight. The leaves have an important job, and this job has to do with energy. Let's talk about that. The word cell means a small room. Plants have cells, and a cell in a plant is the tiny part that performs the life functions that the plant needs to live. The plant's green leaves are made of tiny cells called chloroplasts. We can't see these just by looking at them, but if we were to get a microscope and look at them closely, this is what we would see. These are chloroplasts. So just like you, plants breathe. I have a question for you. What do you breathe? What do you breathe? When you inhale and take air in, what is inside of the air? We know that it's air, but what is in the air? Let's talk about that. There are elements in the air that are colorless. That means that there isn't any color. They are odorless, and they are tasteless. What is in the air that we breathe? So this suffix LESS means without. So when we breathe in, there's an element in the air that is without color, without odor, and without taste. However, even though we don't see the color of it, we can't smell it, and we can't taste it, we need it to stay alive. And that is called, this element is oxygen. When we breathe, we use the oxygen in the air. We breathe in, or we inhale oxygen, and we breathe out or exhale carbon dioxide. We make an exchange when we breathe. We have a respiratory system that makes this exchange for us. Well, when a plant breathes, it breathes in the carbon dioxide and it breathes out the oxygen. Plants make an exchange, breathing in the carbon dioxide and breathing out the oxygen. The chloroplasts inside of the plant take in carbon dioxide. They also use water and sunlight, and they have a special process with this. They use these to make sugar or food for the plant. This happens in the leaves of the plant, and this whole process is called photosynthesis. Let's look at a diagram of how this works. So, growing plants get energy from the sunlight. They use this energy to change carbon dioxide from the air into sugars. Inside the plant are little tubes, and they're called phloem. And these little tubes take the sugars from the leaves and they transport it to other parts of the plant to feed it, and they help it grow. This whole process of photosynthesis is a cycle because it happens again and again in the same order. And this cycle helps us to understand why plants need energy to stay alive. And in our lesson today, we have also learned about this oxygen cycle, how we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and plants breathe in carbon dioxide and they breathe out oxygen. In this way, we depend on each other. So in this lesson, we have learned that organisms need energy to stay alive. People get energy from food, and plants get energy from sunlight. Cells in the plant carry out life functions, and people and plants interact in an oxygen cycle.